Hi everyone, I'm Heather Britt, the new Executive Director for Wilder Research. Let me tell you a little bit about myself. I'm not sure whether to call myself a Southern Midwesterner or a Midwest Southerner. I was born in Lansing, Michigan, grew up in North Carolina, and made my way to Minnesota for graduate school. Once I finished, I started engaging in a career path that really centered around community-based research at community-based organizations, a state agency, and then in healthcare for 15 years. Over the years, I've been a giant fan of Wilder Research, of the staff, of the reports that they assemble, of the impact that they have in the community. And I started asking Paul Matesic about a decade ago when he was going to retire. And I've been asking every time I've seen him since that point. In January of this year, when I asked, he finally said, "You know what, Heather, it's this year. Let me put you in touch with the search firm." And so I had a chance to get connected with the search committee, to interview with a remarkable panel of humans from Wilder Foundation, and to get this seat, to be able to have the privilege of supporting the research division and be part of the executive team for the Wilder Foundation. The biggest reason is the people. Individuals with a lot of life experience, with a lot of training, with longitudinal relationships with our partners. They bring that joy, that enthusiasm, that experience to the work that they're doing. What also makes us special is the partners and the communities that we are working with, and the way we're working with those individuals, those organizations, those families. The other thing that makes us really special is the breadth of what we do. Research and evaluation from A to Z, from thinking about that question all the way to the system change that an organization may make as a result of knowing the answer to that question. The first body of work that we're engaged in is really understanding the experiences of community members, really understanding what the data, what the indicators tell us about those experiences. We understand that through our work in Minnesota Compass. We understand that through our triannual homelessness study. We understand that through all of the research endeavors we're engaged in with community-based organizations and with state agencies. What is the experience of folks in our communities? The experience of folks with programs, services, supports, and what can we do to mature, to evolve, to make that work, those supports, those services even better. The other reason the work that we do is really important is that we're walking along organizations who are seeking to understand themselves, understand their programs, and make changes over time. We're a partner along that path. We have our experience and expertise, but we really are aiming to center those organizations so that they can thrive, so that our communities can thrive over time. The first one is creativity. So that means I'm going to show up with the team, show up with partners, show up with individuals across the foundation and our communities in as creative a way as possible in order to be able to induce the work together, the partnership together, and the change that we're looking for together. I'm also going to show up with an orientation towards service. Service as a leader to the division, service as part of the executive team with the Wilder Foundation, and service in my broader community. Finally, I want to make sure that I show up authentically, that I'm engaged in genuine relationships with our team members across the foundation and with our partners, and that we're able to have the hard conversations with each other, that we're able to center the individuals we're serving and the work that we're doing in our work along the way, and that we're able to directly talk with each other with kindness about the changes that we may need to make. First, that we continue to evolve alongside our community partners and community organizations, that we increase the breadth of our methods and our topic areas, that we make more meaningful impact, and that we're doing all of this work alongside our foundation friends and colleagues, leaning into that whole family approach that our organization is engaged in. I also want to make sure we're doing this in a way that is balanced, striking the balance for our team members between work and life, and making sure that's aligned. And finally, I want us to be thinking about all of this with an eye toward justice, diversity, equity, and inclusion as we make our way evolving toward the future. I am thrilled to be the new Executive Director for Wilder Research.